college football player props here on PrizePicks for Saturday, December 3rd. This might be one of the last real Saturday slates that we get for PrizePicks plays here for the college football slate. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There's also a Discord link in the description where the main server is currently completely free. Go ahead and check out all those links out in the description below. But let's get into it, you guys. Two props here. College football, Saturday, December 3rd. Conference championships, like I said. So there obviously isn't a full slate. A lot of college football teams not playing. You can see, here's the total pass yards props for quarterbacks. I believe is 4, 8. Yeah, not that many. 12 player props as far as quarterbacks to choose from here currently on the board. But let's get into it. Again, not a gambling expert, not financial advice, simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. The first one is going to be John Rice Plumlee. And there's actually two props I'm kind of looking at here. I'm looking at his under 200 pass yards, and I'm looking at his over 65 rush yards. So I'm gonna give you guys both of these, whatever you guys really kind of feel more comfortable with. The only reason I'm a little hesitant on the rush yards prop is because he is kind of nursing, I guess, a hamstring injury. He's already been confirmed he's going to be playing in this game. He's the senior starting quarterback for this team. Head coach Gus Malzahn said he's practiced every day and has practiced well every day. He's ready to go. I can't tell you he's going to be 100%, but this time of the year I'm not sure who is 100%. But he's going to be ready to go. So he's talked about this, and even John Rice Plumlee has talked about how he's going to be ready to go for this game. But under 200.5 passing yards. He hasn't hit 200 yards in the last 4 weeks, right? 71, and he already played Tulane early this year and had 132 passing yards in that game. 107 against Navy, and then USF only had 73, where I think he came out of that game a little bit early. But if we take a look at this, John Rice Plumlee in his sole game this season against Tulane, if we take a look at this game log, he rushed for 176 yards, 18 rushing attempts for 176 yards already this season against Tulane. And Tulane, this season kind of against quarterbacks has been giving up the run to quarterbacks rushing yards. The most rushing yards in the entire AAC conference at 587 rushing yards to quarterbacks. Taking a look at some matchups for Tulane, right? Cincinnati Bearcats quarterback Evan Prater just last week had 18 carries for 83 yards. Taking a look at another matchup, I think I have it here somewhere. Kansas State, Adrian Martinez had 13 carries for 59 yards. And then USF Jerry Bohannon had 5 carries for 59 yards. So we've seen quarterbacks kind of be able to run the ball against Tulane. And obviously, that one game John Rice Plumlee just played against Tulane here, which UCF did win. Obviously, it should be an exciting matchup. 38-31 was the first matchup. But look at this line from John Rice Plumlee at 176 on 18 carries. Didn't need to pass the ball, only 132 pass yards. So I just think that in combination with how John Rice Plumlee has been throwing the ball with that hamstring injury, I'm going to go with under 200.5 pass yards, but I'm going to take his over on 65.5 rush yards just because he went for 176. We've seen quarterbacks run the ball pretty well against Tulane. So those are the two props here for John Rice Plumlee. And then their prop is going to be a pass completions prop, and I'm going to go with Max Duggan, and I'm going to go with his under 19.5 pass completions against Kansas State. Now, obviously, Max Duggan has played Kansas State already this season. Middle of the season, October 22nd, they won 38-28, and he went 17 for 26 in that game. Only 26 passing attempts, so it was one of his lower passing attempt games of the season. But in that game, Kansas State versus TCU, you can see here TCU ran the ball 56 times for 215 yards. Duggan had 15 carries, backup running back had 8 carries, and Kendre Miller had 29 carries. 215 yards on the ground, 56 carries. He only threw the ball 26 times. And even taking a deeper look here at Max Duggan, he hasn't cleared over 19. He's only cleared 19.5 pass completions one time in his last 6 games, right? So 17, 16, 12, 19, 24 here against Baylor, and then 17 against ISU. We've seen, I think, just kind of time and time again, TCU run the ball, and I think in this game, which already had success against Kansas State running the ball, I think they continue to do that. I just don't think there's not going to be enough throwing opportunities here for Max Duggan to get 20 pass completions. Again, that's just my opinion here, and half pass completions. Again, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these plays here. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.